I'll begin with the Lookshin, which are the meatballs, because she just grilled them really fresh. That's like a little mini sausage bite. Hey everyone, it's Mark Wiens with migrationology.com in Bangkok, Thailand. And for lunch today, I am at a restaurant called Nooodles Anamai. ขอเนื้อตุ๋นเส้นหมี่แห้งครับ
มีแห้งเนื้อตุ๋น
ครับ
แล้วก็มีน้ำเนื้อตุ๋นพิเศษค่ะน้าเอาพิเศษไหม
เอาพิเศษด้วยครับ
เอาลูกชิ้นปิ้งจานนึงค่ะ
This restaurant is located just down the street from Bangkok Hospital, and they are famous for a couple of different things. One of them is their Lookshin Ping, which are grilled meatballs, but then they also have beef noodles. So I have gotten a selection of the different dishes that they offer, and I'm about to dig in. They have a tub over here of chopsticks. Oh, and then a sauce dipping bowl as well, and then a spoon. I'll begin with the Lookshin, which are the meatballs, because she just grilled them really fresh, and she grilled them on such a high heat that it was just a beautiful thing. Sparks were flying everywhere, and she basically just grilled them in the pure flames. There are two different types. This one on the bottom here looks a little bit smoother, and then this one looks more like a kind of like a minced meat meatball. And you could either order it with the sauce on the side, or you could order it with sauce all over it, but I decided to get the sauce on the side. Let's do a quick little bounce test. Oh yeah, you can that definitely has some elasticity to it. Quick dip. Wow, that's really good. This one definitely, it's not like a really smooth meatball. It has some good texture to it, like a minced meat texture. And then the sauce is like a sweet chili sauce. Oh wow, that's really good. That's like a little mini sausage bite. Okay, let me try the other type. And this one is definitely going to be smoother in texture. Yes, that one is definitely a lot more smooth in texture, very spongy as well. And what I really like about it is that you can really taste that fire. It has such a wonderful fire, smoky, roasted taste to it. Yeah. These are some very good meatballs. I prefer that other one though with the minced meat texture. For the beef noodles, they have two different types of beef that you can order. One is called Dadmai, which is like a braised, tender, soft beef. And the other is Sot, which is just regular raw beef, which is then cooked. I got two different dishes, and I got them each with a different types of beef. So we will test them out. And then also about the noodles here. They have two different types of noodles. One of them is senmi, which is what I got, which are the very thin rice noodles. And then they also have senyai, which are the wide, flat rice noodles. But this is the senmi with Dadmai, which is the braised beef. Or actually, maybe the beef is not braised, but maybe it's just boiled for a very long time until it gets very tender. And then the noodles are under here. Looks like a little bit of soy sauce, and then it is topped with a little bit of crispy garlic and shallots. And before I add any seasoning, oh, there's some bean sprouts in here too. Before I add any seasoning, gotta have that piece of beef on the top there with a little bit of noodles. That beef is insanely tender. It actually is so tender that it just sort of dissolved into my bite of noodles. The noodles are a little bit on the sweet side, have a little bit of a sweetness to them, but the beef is just incredibly tender. I think what I do need to do is season. The first seasoning is definitely chili flakes, and actually this is more like chili powder. Often they have more like flakes, but this is very fine. Okay, that should be good. And then you gotta go in for some vinegar. I'll give this 2 good scoops of vinegar. And then give it a nice tossing to mix all that chili in there. And I could also really taste the crispy fried garlic in there as well. That beef just melts in your mouth. and it's really good with all of that chili and vinegar because that actually the way they served it, the noodles were on the sweet side, but then balancing it with that chili and that vinegar, that just completely balances it off. Oh yeah, that is fantastic. That beef. Moving over from my noodles, I also got a bowl of gao lao with nua sot, and this is a soup with no noodles in it, so it's just bean sprouts, and then this is beef, the fresh beef, so it's a different type of beef. Again, there's some crispy garlic on top. Let me taste the soup broth. Oh wow, that is a richly flavorful broth. It's salty, it's a little bit meaty, and it has like a refreshing green onion kind of taste to it as well. And then there's like a depth of umami as well. That beef is still very tender, but it doesn't have like that disintegrating, melt in your mouth component to it like the beef in the other bowl. Add in a little bit of chili. I like how they ground the chili really fine as well, because it really gets, sometimes when they have chili flakes, it gets stuck in your teeth. But this is really fine powder, so it just covers everything, coats everything in spiciness. So good with that sprinkle of chili and with that vinegar to make it nice and sour. Those first bowls of beef noodles were so good that we had to get another bowl and also order some more meatballs. This one is senyai, which are the wide rice noodles, and then this is the boiled beef. Yeah, those noodles, it's like a sheet of noodle. The other bowls of noodles, because I took so many photos, they got kind of cold before I ate them. But this bowl of noodles is nice and fresh and hot, and it's even better when it's nice and fresh and hot like this. Oh, I'm impressed with their soup broth. Ying and I both liked the Lookshin, the meatballs, so much, especially the one that had more of a minced meat texture to them, that we had to order another plate of them. And actually I found the secret as to why they are so good and have so much flavor. It's because they're a mix of ground tendon as well as ground meat. So that kind of like fatty, spongy, or not fatty, but like gelatinous texture is just incredible. That's what makes them so good, is that tendon in there. Those are like little balls of sausage, but you get that just a little tiny gristle from that tendon, which improves the texture and the taste. Oh, I think I can double up. I really love the meatballs, but I'm not so much into the sauce that they served, which is pretty sweet and kind of like a tangy chili sauce. So I decided to make my own sauce with that chili powder and then 1 scoop of vinegar and a little bit of fish sauce. Oh, and with this sauce, I'm just gonna fully submerge and let it marinate for a little bit. Oh, that's a good sauce. It's spicy and sour with that salty fish sauce touch. That was a fantastic lunch, and we talked with the owner. He's very nice. This is just a cool restaurant. It's kind of like in the front patio of a house, but all the tables are set out here. It is nice and sheltered. There's some good fan air movement, and also they have a nice, actually a pretty sizable potted plant garden. But the owner was just telling me that the beef that is in the boiled beef is, I think it's beef shin, and I think actually probably my favorite thing of the entire meal though were the Lookshin end, which they're called in Thai, which were the tendon meatballs. Those were fantastic, and that's actually something that's I've never seen it before in Thailand. Usually they're the very smooth kind of hot doggy meatballs. These were fantastic, and then roasted over that open fire. That was delicious. Yeah, great place to come for good meatballs, Thai meatballs, and beef noodles. thank you all very much for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will probably write about this restaurant over on eatingthaifood.com so you can check out all the details there. And I will see you on the next video.